Hi, and welcome to this episode. I'm so excited for my guest today. A serial entrepreneur, a woman in business, a powerhouse. She's been in business, she's a mentor, she's a leader, and I'm so excited to have her with us today. Lily, I'm so glad to have you with you. How are you?
I'm pretty Nisa.
I'm amazing.
Yes.
Of course, as we do in this podcast, I'd like you just to say a little bit about who you are so that some of the viewers may know who you are a bit.
Yeah. Very interesting question. Yeah. My name is Lilly David. Um, I was born and bred in Mpumalanga in a small town called Ladybird. And yeah, I'm blessed with very handsome and lovely husband
Okay.
and three beautiful daughters, amazing ones.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. A married woman, and you've been in business for quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I can say that.
All right.
Yeah.
Obviously, before we go, I know you've done quite a few things. I'd love to touch on them,
Yeah.
but maybe we can just take a step back and then maybe tell us a little bit about some of your upbringing and where do you think, as you were growing up, the entrepreneurial business thing came into mind?
Yeah. Okay. I'm the daughter, and I'm the third born from my parents.
Okay.
And yeah, growing up, uh, my mom was selling cool drinks, ice creams, and peanuts
Okay.
at the taxi rank, like under a small umbrella. But yeah, as kids, you don't understand and you don't have this vision. I used to be so embarrassed to say that my mom is doing one, two, three. But yeah, not knowing that is
It's
planting a
a
seed.
seed.
Today here I am,
Exactly.
and
Yes.
yeah, and I'm not ashamed at all. I'm embracing
Mm-mm.
that moment, but I wished the only regret that I'm having, I wish I embraced what my mama was doing before then. Yeah,
Mm.
but I'm grateful to God that here I am fitting in that shoes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
might do different business, but yeah, I saw my mom doing it, and I know I can do it because of I'm the product of that.
Awesome stuff. And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you learned seeing from some of those things indirectly or directly
Yeah,
that
yeah.
influenced
That's
you.
why I said by then I didn't understand the whole logic, but I knew that he's doing this for us. But yeah, I do have my moment where I saw him going even when the weather was not allowing, and even on the
Mm.
worst weather. But ice cream is for when it's hot and cool drinks. But I saw my mom striving even though it was storming and raining. That woman would
Wow.
be there,
Wow.
standing in that weather, knowing that
Resilience.
my kids won't sleep without any food. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Although my father also was there working at the mining, but as a driver, yeah, the
Mm-mm-mm.
money was not. I think that what pushed my mom to stand up as a woman to go into something.
I love that so much,
Yeah,
especially that concept of women in business. And I'd
yeah,
really like to touch that a little bit later on.
yeah,
But your story now, you said your mother you saw growing up, she was obviously selling.
yeah.
So maybe you can tell us, how did you start off as somebody who went straight into business, or did you have a career? Did you start working first? How did it actually start for you? Instead of earning your first, let me say, your first income.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think after matric, I went and did a computer course for a year.
Okay.
Then from there, I had this friend that like letting up like that. I was a little bit slow, but he was faster. So
Okay.
she took me to a restaurant. Then like first day we got a job. They gave us the apron. We started digging, working.
Okay.
By then I didn't know Africans, but they were assisting. One thing, gee, that I understood about me on my journey
Mm,
of my career, like I saw God's grace.
mm,
Like, there's no way I submitted a CV. Like, even there, we just went during the
mm.
day. We got there, they gave us a phone, we started working. And I remember one Friday, even the owners took us to Nail Sprayed for movie night. I was like, wow. Like, a lot of people couldn't understand. And, people will make you feel like pimpa, like you are pimping or anything. Not knowing that it's God's grace, and even you'll feel that you'll be belittling yourself to know who I am, to be next to the owners, and but not knowing that God's grace is carrying you.
Wow.
Moving forward, one day I was going to attend my aunt's wedding in Durban. Then a call came, was my mom, is my aunt, but I call her my mom, is my mom's sister, called and say, tomorrow go to the filling station, they want someone to work for. And if I can tell you the story, you'll laugh, because they were looking for a cashier. But when I get there, they interviewed me. They said, okay, it's fine, go home. Coming to work the following day, I don't remember myself signing any contract. Then I was the shop supervisor at the young age.
Wow.
I think by then I was 21.
So had you already finished
19.
with the waiting from waiting?
That one, because I was thinking that I'm playing, because we get paid with commissions and tips. So I didn't even last 6 months there. Then I was like, this is not for me. But it was interesting the first time, running around, doing whatever. Yeah, it was funny. Then, when you are young, sometimes you don't know what you want, and
you're still trying things out, seeing jobs or opportunities that fit with you.
Then the funny part about the filling station work is that the manager had a small child. I think this child was 6 months. I was tiny. Then they gave me the child to carry. Because I think he wanted to cash up some money. I don't know, because he just called me and said, take the child. The same day with the interview. Then I carried the child, not knowing what to do. I put the child on the top, on the counter.
And the
counter was high. And then I don't know what I was busy with, the child fell. Can you imagine? The people was like, you're fired, you're not even hired, you're fired at the same spot. Then obviously there's camera, you can't lie that the child fell.
Man.
Then he took the child, then they rushed the child to the doctor same time. He took the child and said, no, Lily, go home, then you'll come tomorrow. Tomorrow, same thing, they still giving me the child to care.
So maybe they thought, look, let's give her another chance. It wasn't something serious.
And by then I was coming to work, but I didn't know what to do. Like, they were not giving me any task to work or anything. I was just there. Then I'm carrying the child. Then around 10, she'll come out. Let's go to the bank. She was taking me to bank the money. Like, I'll be carrying the child like a nanny. At the same time, is at the filling station.
Wow.
Then they were like, yeah, guys, when you talk about something, don't talk in front of Lily, because she's gonna tell the manager. Lily's close to the manager. They hired her to come and pimp. You understand? Myself, I didn't understand. But then it was God's grace, because I was supposed to start work at 6 till 6 or 7 till 7. But God's grace did miracles. I was starting work from 7 till 12 o'clock. Wow. The following day, I'm coming from 12 till 7 o'clock.
So the flexibility they were giving you.
I'm telling you.
And you hadn't worked there that long. You know?
Yeah, I didn't work there for long. I met my husband, then I was pregnant, then boom, my daughter came. My husband was like, no, go look after the child. You understand?
Wow.
Yeah. Then going forward on my stories, his friend, this friend was a manager at the mining. He just came and collected my CV. Then I think after a week was an interview at the mining. Boo, I got the job.
Yeah, God has been gracing you.
God has been gracing me. It's been an amazing journey for me. Sometimes when you're in it, you don't see it. But looking back, I'm like, God, what did you do there?
Look at God.
Look at him, yeah.
So that would be how you transitioned into the mining space.
Into the mining space, yeah.
And then that's where you actually started working in the mining space
since 2008.
Since 2008.
Yeah, but then after 3 months, they closed the mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I think it was recession by then.
Yes, 2008.
Yeah, I was working in Mpumalanga and Aquarius. Then they closed the mine.
If I may ask, sorry, Melili, what were you working when you were at the mine at that time?
By the time I was working at the stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they retrenched everybody. They closed. Then 2010, when they reopened the
mine.
The mine. Then someone just called me, hey, they're opening the man, let's go again. God's
Mm.
grace. I remember when we
Mm.
get there, we didn't know what to do. We stood there. Then one lady I think was the mining secretary, just came out and said, write your name and your cell phone number. Then we left, we went home. Few
Mm.
days they call us to come.
You got the job.
We got the job.
No, that's definitely God's grace.
That's God's grace, eh?
And now, what I love about your story as well,
Yeah.
because it's something that I tell a lot of people as well, to say, don't despise the days while you're working for someone.
Yeah.
Because when you go into business, there are a lot of lessons you learn as somebody who's working in a company or in a business. You learn about arriving on time, dealing
Yeah.
with people,
Yes.
managing, working within teams, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And obviously with you, before you started your first business, which I'd really like to talk about,
Yeah.
what would you say are some of the things you learned in those spaces when you were still, trying to figure out what job do I like, and then you ended up working there? What do you think are some of the key things you learned there that have helped you and continue to help you today in some of your businesses? Maybe, for example, knowing how to work with teams, knowing how to work with a boss, for example, who's irrational.
Yeah, I think for me, working the money is something that can expose you to sometimes is in a good way and in a bad way, right?
Mm.
And I'll start by saying, when I started there, I was in the dark. That's when I didn't know God. Like
Okay.
when they say, when you're in a space where they say, come like this, come this side, which just being in this side, come this side. And by then I was young and vulnerable also. I didn't know what I want, who I am, and all the stuff. But what I can tell you is that you learn people, you learn their culture, you learn their behavior, their attitudes, and it's up to you what you do about it. You learn it for the best or for the worst. You understand? And one thing that I can tell you about the space of mining, it's a very harsh environment, but yeah, it pushed me to seek God.
Tell me about that. When you say it's a harsh environment, how do you talking about physical?
It's very toxic. It can be very toxic.
The way the worker manager relationships, the way they respond to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of it's either you're in with the behavior, let me saying that in which manner, it's either you're in like the gossip and everything, you understand all the bad things that you can think of, or it's either you take yourself out in a godly way. You understand? Because remember, there are a lot of cultures there where they're using a lot of things, they're doing a lot of things, but you have to choose what you want and who you are. That's when you learn that it's either I'm this side or this side. Yeah.
Wow. So I quote that you said you learn people, you learn how to deal with people.
You learn how to deal with people.
You learn how to actually, because of course business is working with people.
Yeah.
They have to buy, they're the ones on your team.
How they respond sometimes, yeah. And another thing you have to learn, when I say you have to learn their attitudes. Now we're from different households, and there are a lot of things that can trigger someone. And by then you don't know how you talk to people, how you respond to them, and yeah, it's
key.
It's key.
Of course.
It's key.
All right.
It's key.
So Lilly, tell me about. I'd love to know about how you transitioned into your first business. All right. So obviously, I know you were at some point you were at the mining space, right?
Yeah.
You're working in the mining space.
Yeah, for more than a decade. Yeah.
For over a decade.
Yeah.
And I know at some point you must have said, you know what, I'm starting a business, or I want to go out on my own. So can you tell us about what was your first business that you started?
Okay. I cannot say it was my first business, but I was just at the, when you don't know what to do, but you just want to try this and that and do 1, 2, 3. There's a time where I was listening to a radio station, I think it was Metro FM. Then I was listening to LKG Khanyaro. Then he was interviewing this boy from Kiani by the name of, I think, Wamani.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was that the brand of the archer. Then we was talking about archer and how he's selling the archer because of you wanna pay the fees at the university, right? Because we all know the rural areas. He's from rural areas, so anyway, it's tough back there. But I think he made it himself to sell something so that he can
be able to subsidize, pay the tuition.
So I was so interested. At some point, I was driving, but I stopped and take the numbers.
Okay.
Then when I get home, I called him and he answered. I'm like, I heard your interview on Metro FM. I love to support you by buying the archer from you and selling the bill, welcome the decisions. And he hired a car and drove from Pretoria and come and deliver the archer from my house. I think I bought the archer up from something like 3,000 rand by then. Wow. Yeah.
You really supported him?
I really supported him because something interested, which my family knows me very well. I think I'm a streetwise, not a bookworm.
You're street smart.
Yes, so listening to someone who wants to uplift himself and he's selling something, for me was like, wow. As much as I might not go to this route, but let me support someone who wants to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was, I mean, 3,000, that's how many, and how much was one at the time?
I think it was 30 rand, something like that.
So about 100 cartoons, 100 units.
Yeah, was 100 units, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the one that delivered into my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I used to sell them at work. Some I'll give him. By then, that's when my husband was having started the company. I think it was 2021. Yeah, because I remember we had only 2 employees. So they used to take the archer, some used to eat, some would come to my house, I used to give it away. Because the purpose was not to enrich me or to make money, but to support him.
Yes.
Right? So I forgot about the profit.
Okay. Oh, so
my mindset was focused on him, not on me making profit.
Money.
Yes.
So this is so interesting how you say that you actually bought those. When you actually bought those archer, you were actually not thinking about starting a business. You were actually thinking of supporting,
also helping someone.
And then it ended up you turning it into almost like a business when you were selling it.
Yes.
So you were actually selling it to people
at work.
Okay.
At work, neighbors,
right.
Yeah, some giving it away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then.
But something interesting that I forgot to mention is that this business thing started 2010.
Okay.
And it was a King World Cup.
Yes, in South Africa.
In South Africa, I was selling the T-shirt, bra. I was selling the T-shirt and with an Bona.
You were in. You were Bona. You were doing the thing.
I was selling it very expensive.
Okay.
But I needed CEO, so I took that advantage.
Yes.
And one shirt was 450 by then.
Oh.
Imagine.
But the thing is, I know because the tourists, they're going to pay. I get it, there's people from outside the country.
Yes. But then I was selling to my neighbors.
Okay.
Remember, I'm from, there's no stadium there. People don't want the T-shirt. They just want to see themselves wearing. So, yeah, I was selling those T-shirts. Actually, that was my first business.
Oh, wow.
That was my first business, selling those, what do you call the T-shirts? The soccer T-shirt, the South African T-shirts, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how you say that because I think what's important, especially for a lot of people to remember that business, the core is selling.
Yeah.
You need to actually learn how to sell. That's actually the number one skill, really, amongst other things. So when you started the T-shirt business, you were selling. You mentioned the arch as well. You were selling as well.
Yeah. So, then in this journey, I met this lady by the name of how can I forget that lady's name? Anyway, he's selling some product here in Rustenburg. So when I met her, I was so interested looking at her, how she can do this thing. And she was selling it so easy. This page, what do you call this water? The alkaline water.
Yes.
She was selling the alkaline water. Then she was selling this small sachet called Plum. It was sweet and nice, but it has some
some healthy properties for your
from
bodies.
China for your bodies. And so I was taking advantage. So and some coffee also that is doing the same. And yeah, the brand looks nice. Then I took the advantage. Sometimes you have to take the advantage of how to sell the product to people. This bottle is just a bottle, but how you selling it to the,
of course,
you understand. So now I made my own combo.
Okay.
To say that if you can use this and this, definitely is 25 rand. And I will, when people believe what they want to believe, right? So people are buying that thing like nobody's business.
What? So you actually created that? It didn't exist. I mean, the products existed, but the combo.
But the combo didn't exist. And I'm like, take the chocolate and put inside like this water. It just make a bomb.
And people are buying.
People are buying it.
My goodness. All right, so that's amazing. So you are, you starting to sell, you've got other people's products.
Yeah.
You're bringing your own pizzazz, you're bringing your own ideas to the selling thing.
But I was just doing it for fun. Not like I was thinking that I'm doing business.
Business, yeah.
For me, it was all for fun because, husband is there, I'm working, he's working, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't know that this thing is a seed that is growing little by little, yeah.
I love that. I love that aspect about it. I think that's important to find it. You should enjoy it.
You should enjoy it.
You should enjoy whether you're selling, whether you're talking to people, engaging with them.
I love talking to people.
And I want us to touch on that. But what I really want us to go to now is I want to transition about LNG, how you ended up transitioning. This is an amazing business right now that
that is existing right now. Yeah.
So tell me about when the spark started and how you started going into that and pushing that.
I think it started when I overstayed. Not overstayed, but I don't know how to put it. My workplace was not enjoyable anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, in a manner that, when you overstate something, like I overdone this, like repeating same thing and same thing. There was no joy. There was nothing that pushed me, like that brings joy to push me to go to work or to wake up and go to work anymore. Then that's when I spoke to my husband. My husband said, "No, you're long overdue. You can resign." Then, but I think it was when the time is right.
Yes.
When the time was right for me to resign, because I don't have regret at all. I'm just enjoying every moment that I'm in right now.
How long had you been working at that stage, at that place?
For 15 years.
Okay. So you had been there for quite a while.
Quite a while, and doing something that doesn't challenge you anymore. And I didn't challenge myself. I can't blame the workplaces. I blame myself. I didn't try to challenge myself. You understand? Then that's when I'm like, no, let me leave what I'm doing and try some new things. I'm done doing this. This is not for me anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yes, of course.
Then also, there's one person that I met. Whenever I talk about her, it just brings me joy into my face and into my heart. Then we met at church. Then she was there. When you need some confidence to say, "Girl, I'm here. We can do this." Yeah. Then, but the man that I served to of resignation at work, me and her were trying to figure out. I can't say that this thing came long. No. By then, that month, I was figuring out what can I do, because there's a business inside the house, but then I want something that is crying me. Like I can say that I did this with my hand. When God was asking Moses in Exodus 4, verse 2, was like, what is that in your hands? What is that stuff that you're holding in 100%. Your hands? Exactly. So I wanted something. I think that verse came to my mind, that with these tiny hands, what can I do? Because, they said, there's some say that say your brain can think and all the stuff, but I just need something that is I can play with it with my hands. Then me and her, we started doing the cupcakes. We went and buy everything, the cupcakes, because I saw something that was very interesting. But then when we're doing the founding, the art thing couldn't gel with us. We struggled there, but the product was there. Although I think we're impatient. I think if we were patient and pursue training and other stuff, we could have pursue that. But then when we were on our search on where can we do this thing, because this we can do, because we had great ideas about that product. Then boom, the candles idea came, and we saw some training. Then we were like, no, this one, let's do it.
So this is, by this time you were already started with the cupcake business?
Yes.
So you were still...
No, it was not a business, or just
like trying out,
the icing, because the product was like flowering. It was like, it was a beautiful product, but we couldn't break through. Although I think it was a short period. We didn't be patient. The right word was, we're not patient enough to break through it. But it was an amazing product.
And what I love about that is that as you were doing that, it birthed the idea
of candles.
Of the candles.
Yes. So then we took it.
Took the candle idea.
We took the candle idea.
All right.
Yeah.
So this was, when can I say you started, by this time when you were like, okay, let's work on the candle idea, let's push it around?
It was in the midst of when I already resigned, but I was still working.
Okay.
Yeah, the training was on weekend, so we took some weekend out, then we went for training with 3 of us. Then we came and sit down and say, guys, so we went to training. Then what's there from here? Then that's when we sat down, we brainstormed this thing with. Then that's the name, when the name LNG came, because it was the 3 of us, our initials.
Please tell us about it. So how does it work? I mean, these are some of your beautiful display.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just give us a little bit of a clue of what type of candles they are and what they do.
Okay. We do have this small brand. Remember, this it's our affirmation candles.
Okay.
With the Bible verses that be still and know that I am God. Then it can talk to someone's situation. We don't know, but then when you buy a candle like this, we put a Bible verse. We can pray about it, can meditate with it, and at the same time, it does help you to be calm, to relax, and
during your quiet time, it encourages you as well.
And also it's a scented candle. The smell is there, can still help make your room or your space
smell good.
And
calms you down.
And make you relax.
Wow. And is it true that scented candles can affect you in the way mentally and affect you positively?
Absolutely. Okay. Many people don't know this.
Okay.
In a quiet time, I like to put this, you can put it anywhere in the house, but make sure that you do have where you taking your bath, in your bathing space, like your bathroom.
Oh, yes.
And there's some scent also that they can help you to sleep, like lavender, Bali affair. There's some quiet. Then I do have one scent that is rosemary sage. Okay. If you know about sage, how people they cleanse their atmosphere, their spaces and other stuff. It's a very good fragrance. That aroma
that
itself,
helps to cleanse.
Just to cleanse you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then so is it mainly candles?
It's a handmade candles from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
even
made
the
by
designs
100% soy, which is not harmful to any environment. And
wow. And amazing. So it's environmentally friendly. Even how you produce it, it doesn't mess up.
Doesn't mess anything. Yeah.
Wow. And then we've got this is your diffuser, right?
Yes, it's a linen. It's a room mist diffuser.
Okay.
No, it's a room mist spray. So it's for linen, for rooms, for bathrooms. Some they even, when I sell to them, they even put into their clothes, but it's not recommended. Yeah, because I don't want someone to put inside the clothes then make a stain. But yeah, it doesn't make stain to any linen.
All
Yeah.
right. And again, the idea is to that aroma within your
That
house, in your
aroma in your
workspace.
house, yeah. Whenever you open your wardrobe, your bedroom, your towels are smelling so good. Or
That'd
maybe
be
after
nice.
cleaning your house, then you can spray it around then so that
Mm,
the house feels
smells
fresh, smells
good.
so good, yeah, and
Everybody
fresh.
in the houses gets in a better space
Yeah,
mentally.
yeah. Then same with with our diffuser. This is a reed, guys. So luxurious, yeah.
Ooh,
It looks so
looks so
good, yeah,
nice.
yeah. Although we do have the sticks ones, yeah, it's
Yes,
the
yes,
same
yes,
thing,
yes,
but
yes.
it's our diffuser. Also, it do the same similar with the candles also.
It just releases that aroma.
It just releases that aroma for you to feel good and the house to feel fresh.
So who would you recommend this for? I know it's from a aroma perspective and how it
Yeah.
affects you mentally, but who would you recommend this would really be perfect for?
I recommend this to spa,
Okay.
hotels, lodges, offices,
Mm-mm.
every household. It's a must to
It's a
have this.
must.
It's a must to
Yo,
have this.
I think I
Yeah.
definitely need to get some of
Yeah.
these.
Even we do have the car diffusers also.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
to
yes,
make the
yes.
car not to smell those shoes.
Amazing. Yeah, so when
Yeah.
people get in your car,
And sweat. Yeah. Yeah.
they just smell
Yeah.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
amazing stuff. And I really think that if people want to get a hold of this, where can they, how can they get a hold of this actually?
Okay, we do have a page on Instagram,
Okay,
L_N_G_ smells like home.
right.
And we do have Facebook page also and TikTok.
All right.
LNG home scent.
Awesome stuff. And we
Yeah.
will put the links as well on the pages so people can obviously come through and they can just click it.
Yes. Also on my WhatsApp 066-273-7768.
All right.
Yeah.
Please, guys, make sure that you give her a call. Get on the socials. They smell amazing.
Yeah.
I've actually had the privilege of actually working with you and
Yes.
smelling some of these
Yeah.
things and seeing how people respond. So
Yeah.
definitely recommend
It
it.
smells so good. Eh?
Right. So I want to dive a little bit deeper. So you've
Yeah.
told us about growing up and then how you actually started doing some selling with the archer. You've done a little bit of going into the cupcakes. You've got the candle business as well.
Yeah.
So I know where you are now. You are a serial entrepreneur. You've got some other businesses.
Yeah.
And one of the things that people tend to, I know they have challenges with and they're growing with is teams. Working with people, how you manage people.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody has their own way of doing it. And I know in your space, you've got different avenues where you're working with teams.
Yes.
Can you just give us some of your tips? How would you advise as a leader in a business space or in a career space? What are some of the tips how to manage your team?
A good communication. Sometimes they say there's no such like a good communication, but consistently so, if you do so, I'm telling you, it eventually comes to.
So you're communicating with your team. Are you talking about how to communicating and being clear on what needs to be done?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and
communicate with them and just let the team run with their business.
Okay. Yeah. Don't micromanage.
Don't micromanage them.
Micromanaging can be a problem.
Because of trust. You need to trust your employees. If you give them that trust and they see that they trust me, I'm telling you,
they'll just run with it.
They'll just run with business. They'll run with their business, and respect also comes a long way. If you respect them, it's easy for them to respect you.
Definitely.
And yeah.
Good communication, respect.
Let them lead them, but let them run with their business. Don't micromanage them. And be there, listen to them, listen to their opinions. Yeah, because you're the owner of the business, but at the end, are them that are running the business.
And of course, they need to feel like you hear them because you actually do need them.
Yeah,
They're an
and
important part of making everything
yeah,
work.
and most one of the big thing, make them feel like family. Make them feel like they are part of the business, not just employees.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. And then obviously from the other side, you've got people who are working in the business in a team.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you wish more people in a team could do, you know, especially as a leader and what you need them to do in a team?
Time management, discipline, and that's the challenges that I'm having so far. Time management and discipline.
Time management, as in they're not arriving to work on
They're
time.
not arriving,
They're
work
not
in
submitting
time.
their
Yeah.
things on. They're not doing their things in time as well.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody who is good with time, submits on time as well. Those are key things.
Those are key things.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the challenge that I'm having.
All right. But I mean, again, it's part of the process. I can imagine the more you work with your teams, the more you actually understand how to manage them and how to motivate them.
And the one of the good things that also understand them. Understand them because of.
What does that mean? How do you mean understand?
We tend to neglect them because they're working. You don't take good care of them. You don't take care of them. You need to take care of your sheep as God is taking care of his. Yeah.
What would you say? Some practical examples of how to take care of them and understand them? Yeah. I'm saying this because I know that sometimes people may say, hey, I'm working with a team, or I've got this big team, but maybe they don't see their blind spots. I mean, maybe some of the things that you've seen, that you've done, that are working with your guys. Or something, could it be something as simple as just saying a word of affirmation to them or communicating with them?
Encouraging them. Talk to them often. Encourage them. Just be there for them when they need you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. I want to talk about something. I think you touched on this already, but every person who's been in businesses, you've always had your good ones and then the ones that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
So maybe some of the lessons that you can say you've learned I know you mentioned that okay, let me put it this way. Maybe what are some of the things that you've tried that didn't necessarily go as well?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's the cupcakes that I try to do.
Yeah.
Although they're still in a pipeline though.
Okay.
I don't think I'm done with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I just push it at the corner. I think in times
it
definitely will come back.
And then maybe some of the lessons that you can say you've definitely learned from that.
Some of the lessons
you're using now.
Okay, I'll use this, although it was not for me directly, but as part of it, it was for my husband, whereby he was doing some event where we were hosting Mafigizolo. We wanted to tour Mafigizolo, but
nice.
Yeah, the first one was a success. Rustenburg has got the Platinum City. The first one was a success. The second one, was never there.
Okay.
But the last one, he kicked us out.
And I mean, this is part of it. I mean, you're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows.
Then we tried to hire some speakers, these big speakers. Sometimes when I'm at church looking at those people, I'm like, I was there, JBL, I know you.
You understand this thing.
I was not there, but although it was not me, but I was part of it, because at some point I was supposed to take it from point A to point B, and I understood the mixer is broken, what they mean, and all the stuff, and also it didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work, it needs money, it needs maintenance and experience and all the stuff. Yeah, but it was a business that my husband saw from a friend, a colleague, a brother. We thought that, he can do. He's still in that industry though.
The brother of your husband.
Is a friend actually, was a
It's a
colleague,
friend.
yeah, is
Okay,
an ex-colleague, yeah. He's still in that. He's a big brand in Pumalang.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, for us, no, we
Not
didn't break through,
necessarily.
yeah. But yeah, we
But
tried,
again,
we were there, we tasted.
yeah. And again, what I love, I bring that to light to say that it's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
Anybody who wants to go into business space, anybody who wants to earn more money by selling,
Yeah.
is that having failed.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even call them failure, because it's like they're teaching blocks or building blocks.
Yes, it's a stepping stone.
Stepping stone.
It's
And
that foundation, yeah.
some of the things you learn from there,
you learn
applying
from there,
them.
yeah. We do.
All right.
We do.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. We've been trying, eh?
Look, resilience. You never give up, right?
Yeah,
As an entrepreneur. So, Lily, I want to ask you. I know you are in the Airbnb space.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously it's a growing market within the country and also globally.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people may be interested in going into that space. Now, I know with you, you've got some experience, and you may actually you do have some properties as well. Yeah. So I'd like to ask you maybe some tips that you have found as you've been in that space. Some of the things that you can give to somebody who wants to go into the Airbnb space that can help them. Maybe it's a complete beginner.
Yeah.
Doesn't know anything, wants to start. What would you say to them?
I saw something, I think I even screenshot it from one of my what do you call this agency? Yeah. It was quite interesting. I was like, wow, definitely this is something that someone can run with it if they want. I think there are 7 or 5 whereby it's like a stock fell. They're contributing, I think it's 5,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they help each other to establish or to have. Remember, Airbnb, you can make it in many ways.
Yes.
Whereby you can hire a house or you can have your own property and so forth. So I think this one is whereby they're assisting someone to have one, maybe to rent.
Have the one.
Yes, to rent so that it can start. I was like, I wanted to break through that one and see it, but although I'm not in a space of doing that one because I've got my own.
Yes.
But for someone who wants to start, because this thing is not easy, I think you can go there. That's why I was so interested when I see a team like young people trying something. It just fuel me and say that, oh God, please just lay your hand. Let them succeed. You understand? That's where I'm coming from. Because doing these things sometimes alone, some they can do it, but some...
Of course, it helps when you've got people to help out as well.
It's because it's upside down. Because it's not what we see. Yeah.
And
you can stay some other month without, especially when you don't know how to penetrate through the calendars and how to. There's a lot of things that I've just learned even myself now, where to make your Airbnb to be on top of others when some people search, you understand. So it's a little bit tricky. You need some training, some research, because when we're doing when Q was there and we're doing some presentation, she's just telling you the outside of the bottle. You see how the candle is so beautiful, and you think that you can run with it, but the water inside you want the content inside that you want, and by then you don't know, because even the questions that you are asking is not. You just ask what's the color of the bottle, who made the lid, and you understand. But then
it's actually the content inside. Knowing how to get it in there and all of that.
Exactly. Because the mistake that I did was I didn't quite understand the calendar. I was double booked. And that time is at the hour where the person is at the gate wants to come.
And there's somebody already inside.
My
goodness.
And mind you, when you cancel that's why I said there's a lot of things that when people do presentation, they don't say. When you do the cancellation, the money
also goes.
And
there's
percentage.
reviews as well. It's also a challenge.
Reviews that's so challenging. So there's
Yeah.
lots, but it's a good business. Once you penetrate it, you're stable. It's a good business.
Can run with it.
You can run
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
it definitely is a growing business.
Yeah.
It
And
definitely
likely so, I don't get local
clients.
My clients are from UK, US.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
No, you must.
I don't know how, but my averages are
guys from
outside, international guys. But yeah,
your properties must have an international flair of some sort. Why do they keep coming to you?
Now just today. There's someone who's my first time. This is a breakthrough. When you talk about breakthrough,
snap.
This is my breakthrough, and someone is coming back, and which is something I'm always talking to my husband, that why people they can repeatedly so going on hotels, like you can do hotels 10 times, but why people they don't come to Airbnbs? Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. And you mentioned it briefly just now, but I want to commend you because you did do an event. I think it was 2023.
2023
with Clinicile.
Yes, CQ, yeah.
And that was an amazing event. That
was an amazing event
where people were learning about how to go into the Airbnb space.
Yes.
So props, congratulations on that. I want to acknowledge you on that one.
Thank you so much.
So definitely Airbnb space. But I want to move a little bit now.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about a very interesting one, which is married life, being an entrepreneur and being in a marriage, being a mother, being a leader in that space. That can be a very challenging space.
And I'm young, guys! I'm young!
Of course. You're still young, and
I'm still young.
You're thrown into this thing
man,
now.
I'm still young, man.
So I wanna find out from you. It's different for different people.
Yeah.
How has been your approach? Because I asked this to say that I know usually with people who are in the business space or are working, time-wise, they are out there, they are doing the thing, and then coming back as well, the husband as well. I know both of you are definitely entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So how has that been? I know it's not been easy.
It's not been easy at all. Like, it's a challenging journey. I don't know, like
the time aspects of making time for one another.
Let me tell you, G, being honest, it takes God to be on top of it. You cannot do it, man. You cannot. There's lots. There's lots. First thing, do you understand your husband's vision? You do have your own vision. It's the kids. Then it's work. Like,
yeah.
It's not all about the money. The money is a bonus. But it takes God to be on top of everything. I don't want to lie. It takes healing to be in the midst of it. It's a very emotional journey. Then looking back, you laugh at yourself. And yeah, tell me about it when you doing business with the husband. Yeah, as much as I said in the introduction, I said he's a lovely husband. Indeed, he's a God-given husband, because not any man can just take your things, like your nonsense and your packages, while he needs to make money. It's not easy. It's not easy. That man went through a lot. yeah, God forgive me. But yeah, we're still standing. We're still standing.
Amazing.
Really, it takes God. I can't shy away. It takes God on top of everything, because of
He's the one who gives you that grace.
He's the one who gives me every chance. His grace, like I was not part of it, and for him to shove me into it. As women, we are so ignorant, especially when a husband is doing something. We just tend to get relaxed and say, I'll see, and the money. Not knowing the disadvantage. We're not here for permanent. Anytime when God can call someone, it's another thing. And we've seen a lot of testimonies whereby, when the head goes, then
everything else just kind of is affected.
It's affected.
And I love how you brought this. I was going to bring this in later on in terms of your relationship with God and how it helps, or let me say, how important would you say that a relationship with God or bringing a spiritual aspect of who you are to your business and to your marriage and your relationship with your children and with people, how important would you say that is in your experience?
Repeat that again, my mind was somewhere.
No, I mean, like how you were saying now when I asked you that it takes God, right, for your relationship with your marriage. To you, how important is that? When you say it takes God, what does that mean to you when you say those words?
I'll take you back. I think I didn't touch on that when I said that when I grew up, we were 7, and it's a mixed family and from different backgrounds, and here we are in the same roof, right? And our parents, they don't communicate to say, my kids, sit down. This is 1, 2, 3, right? They just push you like sheep in a crawl. Then, things happen. So my upbringing was not as pleasant as it was, and I don't blame anyone. But what I can say is that it's my choice for me right now. What am I doing about it? Am I still holding on, or did I release it? Did I ask for healing? Did I release it? Like, there's a lot of things that happened, or maybe they're still happening, but what am I doing about it? Then that's where God comes. For me, accepting God because of my mess, nobody can take that from me. You see this smile? Nobody can take that from me. Above everything, that man is a star. I think I'm running with this motto, or Mudimuki star. Because you're not going to see this person or this smile if it wasn't that man. And above all, when I say that, working with my husband, having these kids, the family, and my house manager is still there for 9 years.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's a sign of God. Like, you can see that God is in the midst of my life, and I'm not gonna shy away from that. That man lifted me up, like he took me from the muddy land, like he healed me, he delivered me. There's a song that says, when I remember what the Lord has done, I will never go back, and I will never go back to that past. Instead, I'll run with this man that is a star. You understand me? That's why when I say that I can do things with my husband, I can do things with anyone that is next to me, it's because of him, no one else. Without him, I'm nothing. But that man, I don't know how to describe him. I wish, I don't know, but yeah.
I think even your testimonies, as you talk about some of the things you have achieved, they are the things that just testify of how important.
I'm telling you, I was a mess growing up. Even my husband found me, I was a mess. Although he didn't understand, but finding God. I had friends that took me, and I'm still embracing them. I still appreciate them, and I still wish God can do more than they can think in their life, because of they brought me to light while I was in darkness.
Amen.
This is very emotional,
Nah,
but yeah,
this
it's
is
very
just
deep.
amazing.
It's very
It's
deep
amazing.
because of yeah, it's very deep. It's very deep because
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I'm so glad that you actually said that.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's a testimony to say
It is.
how a lot of things that we do, whether it's in the business space or personal, we need
Gee, I'm
spiritual
telling
strength
you,
and guidance.
from there's nothing that I can say that I won't mention God. There's nothing, because it's in the midst of who I am. I was that quiet child.
You
I was-
quiet.
Gee,
Oh, Lily.
I was born in a
Ah.
lot of. I was just quiet. I was a quiet child. I was looking at people and invade them and say, I wish I could be this person. I'll be in the room of people. But not now, hey, I'm so loud in the room.
Yeah, you're like the celebrity every time I walk in.
God has delivered me.
And I have to say this because I know where we meet. We meet at this other place called it's a hotel here in Rustenburg.
Yeah, yes.
Every time I walk in there with you, everybody, hey, Melili, hey,
telling
the
you,
whole stuff they know.
I'm just that light.
So,
remember, my name is Lily. That just show
and
that
it's so amazing. So I want to transfer actually now that we're on that point. Is just Melili, I have to say this: your ability to connect with people, your ability to speak with people and make them feel special. You know, I'm saying this because I know how important it is in business. You have to be able to connect with people in order for them to buy. But tell me, for somebody who wants to learn that, who wants to learn how to connect with people, what are some of the tips, advices you can give them to do this?
Gee, honestly, I won't take that for business. Nah? I'll shift that question. That has to do with me.
Okay.
That one has to do with me. As much as I'm telling you that I was that Lily that was quiet. When I got delivered from that quietness, this Lily, this flower just got blossomed.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. Like, I wish the camera can take that, because that flower is Lily there. Right? That thing just came. I don't know how to express it, but it just came out of me, whereby I disliked that Lily, right? I wanted this Lily that will lighten up and make someone's day, because I know where I was in that cocoon, what was happening, and now I'm understanding why I have to lighten up someone's day, because of people are going through a lot.
What would you say is that? What was that moment? What caused that opening, as you say? What would you say was that turning point that suddenly you opened?
Finding God. That man is a star. There's no reason except him. There's no reason except him. That man delivered me. There's no other reason, G. There's no other reason. So I have to find myself. That man, I don't know what to say.
So you say literally you're connecting and having a relationship with God did something in you that opened up and you ended up connecting with
him. You know, when if you get into a room that is so dark, then you switch the light. What is happening? The light just comes.
Just shines.
Just shines.
Wow.
That's what happened.
That is amazing.
And I'm running with that. There's not a day there's not a day that I won't make anyone laugh. I'll make sure it's either by phone or physically so. Whether you're a stranger or not, I don't care.
When you do it so easily, so natural, it's like you're not even
so
trying.
Natural. It's coming so.
I have to say this as well. Even when we came for filming this thing, and the first thing, as soon as you came with the crew, you were just making jokes and everybody was just laughing. So I see it, and it's something I think for me as well inspires me, because I see how that ability to make people feel comfortable is so key.
This goes to whereby my husband will call me and say, "Hi, wife, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm cool." Then he'll like, "He sounds so vibrant, and I wanted to mess up your day." I'm like, "Bruh, try it. It will not succeed. I'm like, then I'll ask him that, what is that you wanted to say? I'm like, bruh, your day is so bright. I can't mess it up. But yeah, I wanted to mess up your day by just telling you things. That guy, he knows me. He knows where to take the breath.
You were just too much in that positive place.
Yeah, and when you talk about positive, he's one positive person. Yo, gee, I've learned a lot from that man. I don't know what to say, but God knew when he gave me him. He's so positive. Like when I see that green flower, I just see him. He's always green, that man. He's always positive.
Yeah.
He'll be like, when you wanted to tell something, you have to think twice, because he's like, don't be a transporter of negativity or bad news. Just bring something positive.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. I think I just want to ask you as we wrap up, the last question, which is, of course, you've told us amazing things that you've done and some of the lessons you've learned from them. So if you being where you are now, Lilly, saw yourself when you were 20 years old or 19 years old, if she was standing right here in front of you, what advice would you give her, knowing what you know now?
Hey, bruh, love yourself. Self-love.
Okay.
Self-love, live in the moment, and in that 21-year-old you, like, seek opportunities. Don't wait to say that you're still young. Read motivations, listen to people. I love listening to people. And seek God.
100%.
Seek God. That's the thing that I should have started with. Because of that, that's when the mess starts. And once you mess up there, you might have a second chance, but
100%.
Thank
you so much.
Seek God and love yourself like no other. Love yourself like no other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lilly, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No, but there's one that we passed. I think you can cut. There's one that we passed, and how my kids are. How do I what? There's one question about my kids, the entrepreneur.
How you manage. Okay, I can ask you that question. I wanted to find out from you in terms of, obviously as an entrepreneur, you've got all these things that you're managing. You've got your kids in the household. How has that been, and what would you say are some of the things that you are doing that are working in managing your children?
I guess sitting them down and explaining to them what is happening in this house, because we do lots of in and out with my husband, lots of what can I say? Traveling, yeah. We are in and out, yeah. So we have to communicate with them and teach them the nature of business that we are doing so they understand. And we need to show up, especially in the events. One parent has to be there and affirm them, love them, and we make sure that before we leave, they leave before we go somewhere. They leave before us. They leave us inside the house. Then when they come back from school, the day we come back, they found us inside the house. Or maybe if you are late, you communicate with them. So as much as I mentioned that I've got 3 daughters and the age difference is, especially the firstborn and the secondborn. The firstborn and the secondborn, they are aware of what we are doing. And we invite them, especially on presentations, with the nature of the business. And they've already have names to say who's is who, and the second one is calling herself mini boss of the family. When Debbie's not there, she's the one who's assisting. And the firstborn is on technical side of the business, by helping with printers, and laptops and everything, so they understand what we're doing. Yeah. And above all, we have to pray together when we come together. We have to teach them about God, teach them about money also. Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, they read books. I think they're already done with Poor Dad, Rich Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, they're already
Great
done
book,
with
by the
it.
way. Great book.
There's a lot of books that they are reading, and not that we case them on the business, but they've got their own lives. Like my firstborn is a photographer. She's a motivational speaker, and yeah, and we understand also their character. They're not the same. Yeah, and we allow them and we motivate them that, because I do have an A plus and I do have the moderate, and we make them mix so that they can understand also that we're not the same.
You're not the same.
Yeah, we are
Of
God's
course.
creation and we're not the same. This might run with this might run with this, but at the same, we are a puzzle. We need each other as people. Yeah. So
100%.
as family, we need each other. Daddy might be a technical person, mommy might be this, you might be this, but at the same, we have to come together as a puzzle. They understand that.
One unit.
Yeah. And I'm teaching them to be humble, to respect people, and yeah, not to take anything for granted, to work hard. As much as there's business in the house, it's not their business. They should know that you work hard for everything. Yeah, and traveling also, it helps, because I make them travel the world.
Hey.
These are my international kids.
So they better say thank you.
They know. They appreciate everything. And even the traveling, it makes them open their mind, because they'll tell you that I don't want to be here. Yeah, they've traveled. I can't say enough.
There's still much more to see.
There's still much more to see, but yeah, they should be grateful and be thankful for the opportunity. I didn't see that. They are dead. Didn't see that. Yeah, but by God's grace, we are giving them that.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And I think as well, just to touch on that, you've basically given them a lot of opportunities that you didn't have growing up. So they are also very blessed.
Yeah, very
to
blessed.
have that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, Lilly, I really, really want to thank you so much. You've given us such amazing info. I believe that even the listeners and the watchers will definitely get so much from
They're
this.
gonna listen.
Yeah, it's going. This is actually the podcast is going to be all over on social media.
No ways.
Yeah, so you're going to be famous.
No ways. Yeah.
But just to part again, thank you so much. Please let us again know, where can people get a hold of you, or where can they get a hold of if they want some of your amazing products?
Okay. I'm with Sis Kosi on this one. She's got WhatsApp.
Okay.
And you are both on Instagram and Facebook, same as TikTok.
Okay.
Then we do both have WhatsApp also. Then we are based in Rustenburg. And we do have other people that they sell our product in Low Street Chat and in Mpumalanga also.
So online, they can also reach out, maybe send a DM or on
yes,
your page.
They can send DM or they can reach me. My numbers are also there. Yeah.
Also on there.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll put all the information on Scripture. It's down below on the screen as well.
Yeah.
Please, guys, make sure you support and make sure that you get these products in your household. Trust me, they smell amazing.
Yeah.
Lilly.
And I wish that everybody can know that in Philippians, it's Philippians 4 verse 13, when it says that I can do all things through Christ to strengthen me. Everybody can do this.
Yes.
This is not someone that you can go to school for it, but if you want to do this, definitely
go for it.
Go for it, and everybody can do that. There's no competition in life. That's why there's a lot of friends next to each other, but they still succeed. 100%. So let's do this. It's doable. It's doable. 100%. It's doable. Yeah. There's a vision that my household is using, Habakkuk 2 verse 2, that says, write your visions down and make it clear. Yeah. With that one, I said,
this is the
God is great. Mudimuki star. Yeah.
Star.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chief, for inviting me. This was not easy, but it's doable. And congratulations again. Once more time for this, yeah, baby.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
this
much,
is great,
Lilly.
man, and it's gonna grow.
All right.
Yeah, this is the start.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Make
Yeah.
sure you support, get these in your house. My name is Khaisan. I'll see you on the next podcast.